Hello, everybody. And today we'll send a letter to Mr. the President of the United States, Mr. Joe Biden. Yes, it's Mr. the President, and to the Union European and to NATO, the cohorts. Yes, please, if you let me to explain to you that Ukraine that needs your soldiers, not Niger. Now you showed your mentality, the putrid mentality of racism and colonialism and the bloodshedding. You are thirsty for bloodshedding the blood of Africans after four centuries of colonialism, genociding, killing, stealing, plundering. So now it's time to send your soldiers to Ukraine. Why you are cowards? Why are you afraid? But when Niger has called the Nigerian people, when they called for freedom from the agents of France, of French nation of Nazism, of Nazist. So it's time, Mr. Biden, not you are planning. You said in your news that you are planning to send your soldiers to Niger. We don't need them. Please leave Africa. Leave us alone. African leaders has entrusted Russia for Africa. It's enough. You failed to do something in Africa after several centuries of killing and stealing. Now we don't need you in Africa. We tell you, go away from Africa. We don't need your forces in Africa to steal, to kill, to bloodshed, to make all kinds of terrorism for the bloodshedding of Africans. I tell you, Black Lives Matters for us, for the world. It's enough. If you want to fight, fight in Ukraine. If you have some dignity, if you have some power, go to Ukraine and fight for Ukraine instead to hide behind Ukrainian poor people. To send, do you know you know this? I'm sure that you know that your weapons, your tanks, they can't endure 24 hours in Ukraine. Therefore, we don't want we don't want your existence in Niger or in Africa. That's the truth. We don't need you. You are not allowed to come to Africa. And I urge even the African leaders to revoke or to kick out the diplomatic America in Africa. It's enough. We don't want America. The world is angry about America. It's your time now to finish your dictatorship. Yes, even Niger, we call for Mr. Kim Jong-un, the president of North Africa. Niger is for you. It's for you. Come and send your soldiers to make project, to invest in Niger. Oh, and the same thing I tell to the French racists, to the French vampires, the Nazis. Get out of Africa. We don't need you in Africa. It's time to peace off. 4 centuries you steal. It's enough. Impoverishing, colonialism, genociding, killing, stealing. You live in a prosperity on the poor people in Africa. Don't you have a dignity? Don't you have minds to think? Don't you have some we don't know, some wisdom? If you don't know nothing. You know, 2 years now, Russia is killing your terrorists or your mercenaries in Ukraine. You lost, I know, hundreds of billions of dollars for nothing. You get nothing. Now, when you heard the Niger people called for freedom, they want to get rid of the agent of France. Mohamed Bazoum is an agent for France. Now France, the colonialism, France is still in the Africa. So please get away. We don't want you in Africa. No one wants you in their countries. This is what they say to the colonialists, to the Nazists, to the pole of Nazist and colonialism and stealing. You have no place in Africa. Finish. Let Africans rise up. It's time. You know, Africans that boiled America, United States. In the end, you reject them in the Icelands, in the central of America, in Brazil, in I don't know where. What Africa wants to do is the rehabilitation. Rehabilitation for the past, for the bloody past, for trade in black people. But now, we are no more slaves. We are no more submitted to other people. It's time to get off. Africa belongs to BRICS group or to the BRICS power. Yes, it's enough. Quickly, French and Mr. Joseph Borrell also. If you want to fight Mr. Joseph Borrell, fight in Ukraine. Forget Africa, forget Niger, forget all the countries. It's enough. Let Africans rise up. We don't want help from you in Africa. We want only to get away. We thank you very much. We forgive you for the massacre you did through 3 centuries. You killed hundreds of millions. Genocide, racism, stealing, impoverishing. It's enough. We don't need Europe. We don't need Borrell, Joseph Borrell. We don't need Biden. We don't need nothing. Just get away. We forgive you for your bloody past. And you are barking now for the democracy. Which democracy are you? When we want to listen to the Nigerian people, what do they want? What Nigerian people choose? We don't listen what to France want or to United States want. Mohamed Bazoum is an agent for France. France is still colonialism secretly several countries, all African countries, more than 40 countries, just to steal the wealth. Do you know why the immigration, clandestine immigration, hundreds of thousands per year? Why? Because of France. According to the German journalist and to the Italian journalist, France steals 500 billions per year from Africa, whereas Africans, they die in the sea. Where is your humanity? Don't you feel ashamed? It's a really disgusting. It's a really a great shame to see the strong countries. They treat the poor countries. So the mentality of racism, the mentality of colonialism is still living in your putrid minds. If you want to fight, fight in Ukraine if you have some power. Ukraine need your soldiers, your weapons, not Niger. Not Mali, not Barhan, we need freedom for Africa. It's enough. Please free Africa. And forget Africa. We don't need your help. We don't need nothing. Now, Africa is a part forever of the BRICS. And it's enough. We don't want your help. We don't need you to come to help us. Don't help us. In Niger or in Central Africa or in Burkina Faso or in all countries of Africa. Yes, it's enough. What is this jungle laws? 2 years. The Ukrainians get massacred because of you. You kill Ukrainians. You kill maybe 100,000 of Ukrainians and destroyed. You destroyed. I tell to the European Union and to Mr. Joe Biden. You killed, you destroyed Ukraine. And now still you are, quickly you are ready to go to Africa. So this is the jungle laws. You despise the African countries. You despise the African people for their color. This is the problem. But for us, Black Lives Matter. Africans are humans. And they are the richest in this world by their wealth, by their land. Therefore, I ask Mr. Joe Biden. Joe Biden is not qualified to be a president for the first time. For the first question, Joe Biden is not qualified to be the president, to decide, to plan. Well, we will send your soldiers to your soldiers to Niger or to Africa. We don't need them. We have European Union. We have European Union army. It's enough. European Union, African Union army is able for peace in Niger. Is able for peace and stability in Niger and in all Africa. If you want to help, just get away. This is to help. What we want from you. You are hiding behind Ukrainian people to fight Russia. Why not? Why don't you come directly with your soldiers? Where is your power? You become like cats in front of a tiger, or a Russian tiger. You become like mouse or like mice. Look at the French rascal scum, the Macron. He was hiding 2 years now. He has nothing to say. He has nothing to say in front of Vladimir Putin or in front of Russia. But in the end, when he heard his agents in to steal, do you know he has more than 50 mines of uranium and gold. That's what he wants to fight. And the United States wants also to plunder or to steal this wealth of Niger, and the wealth of Mali, the wealth of Chad. Yes, I encourage the people, African people, to revolt against the agents of France, change everything. Even to kick out even the diplomacy, the Nazis. We don't need you in Africa to show us what to do. Dictation, we don't need no more dictation in Africa. Just resolve your own problems, your own troubles. Just resolve your problem what you are interfering in China. I tell Mr. Biden and the Pentagon and the White House, who asked you to interfere in the other countries? It's enough. You steal the wealth of Middle East. It's okay. They have the wealth, and underground big wealth. Even if you steal it, that cannot react on the people of the Middle East, because on the Arab Saudi it gained 30 billion or 30 million barrels per day. It's okay, you can steal there, but in Africa they are poor. Don't steal, don't play the bastards. Don't play the bastards game. Africa needs you to go out, to live out, to get out from Africa. That's what we want. We want to hear the Nigerian people, what do they choose? Don't you see the manifestation? This is the democracy. The people who rule, the Nigerian people who decide their referendum, to decide what do they want, to be colonized, to be enslaved, to be impoverished, or they want democracy and prosperity. So please, don't be doomed, don't be mitweeted people. We don't need you. Leave Africa alone. I say to the African leaders to deny this dictation of the dictators, of the thieves, of French or European Union, of Mr. Borrell, the thief. You are living by the wealth of African Mr. Borrell. You made your country as a garden. You said this, and the other countries, you made it as a jungle laws where you steal, where you genocide, where you kill, where you bloodshed innocents. This is the end. Stay away. Mr. Borrell, Joseph Borrell, if you want to fight, if you want your peace, collect your NATO. As mice who are hiding behind, they saw a cat, a Russian cat is looking for mice. And now your soldiers or your mercenaries that you send to Russia, to Ukraine to fight Russians, They can't live more than 24 hours. Since they put their feet in the Ukrainian land, they will destroy it. Did you see the British Challenger, how it destroyed? Did you see Leopard, how it becomes like toys of children? Did you see the Abrams? Did you see the Brandys tanks? Russia is not Arabian countries. Russians are not Arabians. Russians are totally different. The first power, nuclear power. That's what you are looking for now. You are looking to be burned by hellfire of the nuke fire. It's time to piss off. Let us, please, let us away. Let us rebuild our countries alone. We don't need nothing from you. No dictation, no help, nothing. Just stay away. Now we found a solution. We are under protection of Russia, on North Korea, and China, and to all countries of BRICS. It's enough. You had a long time, you had the chances, thousands of chances that you lost. And you are still thinking to return to Africa to massacre African people. Mr. Trump, the last days of his rule in the White House, he said on 177, the year 170, they said that Morocco recognized. Morocco, the first country that recognized the independence of the United States. This is false. This is false. The Moroccan secret services had lied on the President of America. No one said even one word. I just replayed for Mr. the President Trump to tell him that in the 18th century, in 1777, there was no Morocco. It's a colonialism name given by the French army, the colonialists, the terrorists, the vampires, the Nazis. We told you that Amazighs that were ruling, there was no Morocco, that is Marrakesh. Marrakesh is an Amazigh name that you call Berbers. We are not Berbers, we are Amazighs. When I say I am Amazigh, I say that I'm a free man. That's we want our freedom. I tell Mr. Biden, go to see petershemrach.net and go to forums. So victims of the dictator Mohammed VI, the mercenary in Morocco that lied, and his secret services, they lied on Trump. We Amazighs that recognized the independence of United States, the first country that raised up his hand to say that America is a free country. Now go to Atlas and go to Reef. And you see people still living in the caverns, still living in the huts, so in poverty. Those people, the grandchildren of the strong people that recognized your independence. Go to see them now. In United States, you are ungrateful. You used your Kurdish army to fight terrorists, Islamic terrorists. In the end, you left them for the dictator Erdogan to kill them. You can't even defeat a couple of groups of terrorists in Afghanistan. You lost 20 years, billions of dollars. You lost them. Do you want to gain? Do you want to win on Russia? That's impossible. You cannot. Just you are looking for your end now. Your end is coming. I tell the American people to rise up against this government, to change this politics if you want to live longer. It's time now. Putin North Korea has directed their weapons, their missiles, nuclear weapons, directly, some to Pentagon, some to California, some to Washington, some to, I don't know, America will be no more in the future if you don't respect other people, if you don't respect Nigerian people. Yes, stay away. There is no one, the people all They were afraid of America because they were afraid of the dictatorship, of the assassination or something like this. But today I want to challenge this fear. No more fear to fight America. Just get with this, what our fight as Christian, as believer. Just get away. This is our fight. For France, we fight France and the United States or the NATO, the cowards, or hiding like children or hiding in the kitchens. They cannot make face to face with Russian army, the strong army actually in the world. Good armed, nuclear armed Russia. You cannot, because you are cowards. If you move, if you do something, you will be destroyed. You will be erased from this planet. Use wisdom, please. This is what he said to the leaders of the European Union and to the United States. Use wisdom and think well. You are not allowed in all the world. You become enemies of the world because of your dictatorship, because of your plundering the wealth of the poor, because of destroying Iraq, destroying Russia, destroying Afghanistan, destroying, now they want to destroy Nigeria. After three centuries of colonialism and stealing and plundering. But it's time now to peace off. I'm sorry for this word, but this is the truth. This is we don't have other words to for signification of your behavior, your worst behavior, your bloody behavior. I think it's enough. Et je dis à la France, les vampires, les voleurs, les nazis, vous n'avez aucune place en Afrique. Il faut quitter. We don't want you. We don't need you. No more gold, no more uranium, no more wealth, no more... pas plus de... je suis désolé parce que ça fait longtemps que je n'ai pas parlé en français et comme ça j'ai perdu un peu la prononciation française. Bon, là, ma lettre ici, c'est déjà clair. Parce que la langue française, c'est une langue des vampires, la langue des terroristes, des colonialistes qui ont tué des centaines de millions d'innocents et qui ont appauvri des milliers d'innocents pour 3 siècles, ou bien 4 siècles, ils volent. Et maintenant, lorsque le Niger a révolté contre la dictature française, et comme ça, ils vont s'intervenir par force. Pourquoi pas vous intervenez pas en Ukraine? Pourquoi vous intervenez pas contre la Russie? Pourquoi pas vous amenez pas vos soldats et vous les présentez à M. Poutine? Soyez sûrs, toutes vos rats, s'ils s'approchent de l'Ukraine, ils ne vont pas vivre plus d'une semaine. C'est ça la vérité. C'est ça, vous êtes... Je sais pas comment expliquer cette éducation française, l'éducation mauvaise, la plus mauvaise de le monde. Est-ce que vous croyez maintenant les Africains vous voient comme des personnes, vous voient comme des animaux sauvages, comme des animaux qui cherchent le sang, des animaux sanguinaires? Laissez-nous tranquilles, s'il vous plaît. C'est grâce à vous que des millions d'immigrants sont venus en Europe. La solution pour l'immigration, c'est la France quitte l'Afrique. Et comme ça, vous allez voir. Et lorsque la Russie va commencer à construire, lorsque la Russie commence à construire l'Afrique, et comme ça, même vous allez vos compagnes et je sais pas, vos gens, ils vont en clandestine en Afrique pour chercher du travail. L'Afrique est toujours vierge et riche et il cherche un homme fort qui va s'occuper de ces projets. Il n'y a pas de trains, il n'y a pas des hôpitaux, il n'y a pas des infrastructures, il n'y a pas des ports, il n'y a pas des aéroports, il n'y a pas... il n'y a rien. La France n'a rien fait, seulement le vol, seulement le génocide, seulement le racisme, Seulement l'utilisation de l'homme africain et de la femme africaine, même les sportifs, même les footballeurs, même les génies, même tout, la France les vole. Et elle viole aussi la richesse, elle viole les enfants, elle viole, ils ont commis des... Pourquoi vous avez jamais parlé dans votre code international, on dit ISIS, International Criminal Court, ou bien la Cour criminelle internationale, pourquoi vous n'avez jamais jugé la France pour ses crimes en Algérie? Pourquoi vous n'avez jamais jugé vos crimes que vous avez fait l'Espagne en Rif, le nord du Maroc, dans la République Rif? Vous n'avez jamais amené ces criminels, vous n'avez jamais parlé de l'indemnité, vous n'avez jamais parlé de donner l'indemnité aux Algériens, où vous avez tué 1,5 million des innocents, parce qu'ils combattent pour leur pays. C'est ça les fautes historiques que vous avez fait, les crimes qui ne vont jamais s'effacer. Ces crimes restent toujours dans vos histoires sanguines. Et ça, je demande à tous les Africains, il faut révolter. Même les jeunes qui vivent en Europe, les jeunes qui vivent en Afrique, il faut révolter. Vous n'avez rien à faire, vous mourrez de faim, pas de travail, et c'est comme ça, il faut se réunir devant les ambassades des dictateurs. Et même l'ambassade des États-Unis, puisse fallait, ou bien on paye, pas de violence. Comme ça, il vous demandez l'ambassade de l'Amérique de dégager-vous, s'il vous plaît. Et demandez même toutes les ambassades de l'Europe Union. Il faut dégager de nous. Vous n'avez pas le droit de rester chez nous, vous faites rien. Seulement, vous aidez vos armées pour nous colonialiser, pour voler, pour tricher, pour tuer, pour faire des dictateurs sur le pouvoir. Comme a fait la France maintenant, il a réagi parce que Mohamed Bazoum, c'est un agent français. Il faut même condamner, il faut même présenter à la Cour. On demande de Monsieur le Président de l'Union africaine, il faut le présenter, il faut qu'on l'écoute. Il faut qu'on le présente avec s'il reconnaît de ses crimes comme un espion pour la France, il faut le juger. On veut la justice. Et comme ça, on va écouter le peuple nigérien, le peuple africain, qui vont choisir le président. C'est pas la France qui va nous proposer ces agents, ou bien les États-Unis, ou bien les autres pays. Et il faut quitter l'Afrique. S'il vous plaît, ça, c'est un conseil, même pour faire stopper l'immigration clandestine. C'est ça la solution. Quittez l'Afrique. Ne volez pas la richesse des Africains. Et donnez si vous avez une photo de M. Macron avec des tonnes d'or, ça c'est notre or. C'est l'or des Algériens, c'est l'or des Marocains, c'est l'or des Africains, du Malien, du Nigérien, c'est l'or des Africains. Il faut nous le donner si vous avez de la dignité. C'est de la honte. C'est de la honte, je dis aux Français. C'est de la honte de prendre quelque chose volé et de le laisser. Comme ça, je ne sais pas, vous êtes joyeux parce que vous avez volé. Cette gold, c'est à nous. Vous n'avez aucun gramme, vous n'avez aucune mine d'or en France. Pas de mine en France. Même, il n'y a même l'aluminium, il n'y a rien. Vous avez la nature, vous avez les légumes, vous avez tout ça, mais vous n'avez ni le pétrole, ni c'est comme ça, vous volez. C'est ça la vérité que je dis au président de l'Union européenne. Si vous voulez se débarrasser de l'immigration clandestine, il faut forcer la France à quitter l'Afrique. Seulement les ambassades qui vont rester. Et comme ça, on va vivre en paix. On ne veut plus d'agents, plus de militaires, plus de casernes françaises en Afrique. On ne veut pas votre protection. Ce qu'on veut, c'est Je dis à M. Macron, si tu veux nous aider comme tu voles 500 milliards, tu voles, je dis aux Français, vous volez 500 milliards d'euros par an. Et Macron a dit qu'on va donner une aide aux Africains, un milliard d'euros, tandis qu'ils volent 500 milliards par an. Est-ce que ça? Est-ce que vous croyez que vous êtes intelligent ou quoi? Vous êtes des voleurs de première classe. Bien, s'il vous plaît, quittez-nous. Dégagez-vous de l'Afrique. Laissez-nous. Maintenant, on a trouvé la Chine, on a trouvé la Russie, on a trouvé et même l'Iran, et la Corée du Nord, qui va nous aider, qui va nous donner la puissance pour nous faisons se défendre, pour se défendre contre les colonialistes. Si vous le considérez comme des ennemis, pour nous, nous ne sommes pas des ennemis. La Chine, ce n'est pas un ennemi pour les Africains. Un Chinois n'a jamais tué un Africain. N'a jamais. Et comparé à la France ou bien à l'Europe, ils ont tué des centaines de millions d'innocents comme ça pour coloniser le pays, pour voler, ils volent tout. Et même les fleurs, même les animaux, ils les volent. S'il vous plaît, ce qu'on demande de vous, de nous laisser tranquilles. On ne veut pas. We say we love you. Yes, as the Bible said, love your enemies. So we love European Union. We love United States. So please, respectez-nous. Restez à l'écart. On ne demande pas, vous avez combien des centaines de milliards vous avez perdu. Dans une guerre, vous êtes toujours échoué, ou vous êtes toujours échoué, parce que vous ne pensez pas d'arrêter la guerre en Ukraine. Il faut seulement la sagesse pour faire comprendre les deux côtés. La Russie, l'Ukraine, les États-Unis, il faut faire se comprendre. Parce que c'est une guerre où vous avez perdu des trillions de dollars. Et vous allez perdre aussi vous payez. Vous allez vous faire brûler vous-même par les feux du nucléaire. C'est ça. Comme ça, je suis désolé. Si je dis quelque chose qui n'est pas valable ou bien, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying this, but it's the truth. This is how can we say the truth. Thank you very much. The next message. Ciao.